keeping it locked and loaded. WMCC, Rochester, New York.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, y'all.
Interrupted me like that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Anyway,
it was literally an accident.
Right, it's fine. Anyway, we're back for our third week now,
Mm-hmm.
and this is Afternoon Delight. It is a delight to be with you this afternoon. And introduce yourself again.
This is me, Brayden.
And I am Jeree, and we are the hosts of Afternoon Delight every Friday, 1 to 2 p.m.
And our reruns play Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
So if you're here on campus, you're going to hear us.
So, we do a reoccurring segment every week where we ask you a question of the week. It's called This or That Question.
Yup.
Now, last week we asked you guys, you work with your best friend. They tell you that they are embezzling money, and you promise to keep it a secret. Soon after, one of your coworkers takes the blame and gets fired. Your friend refuses to turn themselves in. Do you speak up and tell the truth, aka turn your friend in?
Snake.
Right.
Sorry.
Or stay silent and let the coworker take the blame. So
Y'all were answering for this one.
Yeah, we got way more responses than this week than last week. So I guess maybe that's we're getting a fan base.
Period.
Right. So we got 25 responses.
Not
from
the
you
25.
guys.
Not the 25 fan base.
25 fan base. Let's go.
I can't.
At least 25 who has Instagram.
Yeah,
because that's where
25 of you. If I know some people don't be using Instagram like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Weird.
Right.
You do you.
Right. Anyway, so 36% of people said speak up and tell the truth, which is turn your friend in.
Okay.
But 64% of people said stay silent and let the coworker take the blame.
That's what I thought most people were going to pick anyways. But I see we have some good souled, kind-hearted people.
I think the one thing that about this question is that there's a lot of variables.
Yeah.
Because it's like we were saying where we took it as like it's not a very serious job. We literally
like
made
where are you
the
working?
Example,
Are you working at McDonald's?
Right. Because then we would laugh and we would play it off.
That's a whole different type of situation. But if you're working at like a big corporate company or something and you have like a really important job, then it's a little bit different.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of variables. And what we talked about on the show was McDonald's. We had the example as McDonald's. So I can get how a lot of people thinking of McDonald's would say the same thing as us.
Right.
And the people that are thinking, oh, wow, like they're actually going to go to jail, they would be like, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
I understand both sides, though.
Yeah.
Again, variables.
Yeah. Right. So our new question of the week.
Anyways, this is our new question. So, a magic elf comes to see you and tells you he can either make every psychopath in the world feel empathy for the first time, therefore changing their evil ways, but they would have to change your best friend into a psychopath in exchange. Do you take the deal or not? So basically, every psychopath isn't a psychopath anymore.
Right, because they actually feel empathy.
In exchange for your best friend turning into a psychopath.
Right.
Now, what I was thinking was, what if your best friend is already a psychopath?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I was thinking too, because well, is there a difference between being an actual diagnosed psychopath or
you just be quirky and you're like, yeah, my friend's a psychopath, like we can't take her anywhere.
Exactly. That's
She's
what I'm
crazy.
saying, because there's a difference there,
There's a
right?
big difference, yeah.
But I don't know. Honestly, again, we keep asking the best friend questions because we find that
they're good.
Yeah, they're good, and it best applies to us.
Right.
So,
honestly, I would make it so that there are no more psychopaths and you just turn into a psychopath.
Okay.
Because, like, if you're a psychopath, I'll just lock you in a room and then I'm a psychopath and then you can't have any of your psychopathic tendencies on anyone else and then there's no more psychopaths and it's just you locked away in a room and I get to feed you and supply you with water and then I have full control over you.
So I'm your pet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, here's the thing. Not all psychopaths are killers, right?
No.
So, do you think if I was a psychopath, I would be a killer?
No, I think if you were a psychopath, you'd probably just tell people about themselves in a not nice way whenever you felt like it.
Right. I don't know. Do I have murderous tendencies? Maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes.
I was worried, like, I thought after high school that would be your murder era.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it might
for
be
sure.
after college will be your murder era.
Yeah, I think so. I think something's gonna happen there. You?
What
I
about,
don't
yeah,
think
what
you would-
about me? What?
Well, here's the thing. I feel like you would be an actual normal person in the world, even if you were considered a psychopath, until somebody made you mad.
Yeah.
Because let's just say, if Brandon is waiting,
if you went to high school with me, you know.
and also if you're if Brandon has to wait more than 5 minutes for like any type of food in a line or anything, he will.
Stop.
He will.
Don't call me out like that.
No, okay, but sometimes.
I be getting rabid.
Right. So, I don't know. I see both sides again because also, how do you know that even if a psychopath is a killer, how do you know that he's gonna stop when he feels empathy? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Wait, yeah. What if you feel empathy in the wrong way?
Right, and you're like, oh.
If you do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you're killing someone and you're like, I'm taking all their troubles away.
Exactly. I don't
So
know.
that's another way to look at it.
So, and because there's killers out there, obviously they're not psychopaths. They just kill to kill. So that's that whole thing. But right. Oh, okay. So we have the definition of psychopath on here, by the way. It's a person affected by a chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior. So
it doesn't. A psychopath doesn't mean you have to kill someone, but that can happen.
But they do
It
have
can lead to
violent
that.
behavior.
Right. So
So-
for me, if I was a psychopath, obviously, my tater tots, you haven't given them to me yet, and it's been 5 minutes.
Right.
I'm gonna start getting violent.
Exactly. So, I think that already happens for both of us, though. So, honestly, I'm going to agree and say to turn you into a psychopath because I think I think we could get through that.
Yeah, same.
Like, if you killed a person right now and you're like, I need to hide the body, like, I would hide it.
What? Don't confess to that, Aunt.
I'm just saying. That's what real ones do for you. You got to stick with the real ones.
You're right.
That goes along with last week. So
We be hangry.
We are very hangry, in case you're wondering. But all right.
So yeah, my answer would be turn your best friend into a psychopath and make every other psychopath feel empathy. Was it empathy?
It
right?
was empathy. Yeah.
Empathy.
Because I can control you.
And I can control you.
Right. I can't control any of the other psychopaths out there. So.
You can't control me, girl. I'm crazy.
Hey.
You can't take me anywhere. Okay. No.
All right. So anyway,
let's not do that.
We're gonna move on to a very hot topic now.
Very hot and spicy and sizzling.
Right. The Oscars. The Oscars was just this past Sunday. And I know a lot of people specifically on Twitter were like, this was the worst Oscars ever.
No, they were dragging the Oscars. All the memes I saw, I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I feel like I was way more interested in this year's Oscars than past because all the movies that came out within the past year have been pretty good. Like, there's been a revival in movie theaters, I feel like.
Yeah. That
kind of started with Top Gun, actually, because so many people went to see that movie, and it just revived it from what it was recovering from the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it revived
I feel like this year I definitely went out to the movies way more than I ever have since I was like a kid. Like, the last time I went to the movies before the pandemic was like when Mockingjay came out, like the Hunger Games Mockingjay.
Yeah.
That was like the last time. And then Avatar came out last year, and I was like, ooh, girl, we gotta see that. So that was the first movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's really the only reason why I was interested in the Oscars, because I was like, well, there is some movies that I watched that are in it this year. And like years before, I just didn't care about the Oscars at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, for me at least, I don't care about, what kind of actors there are or whatever. I just care about the movies. If that makes sense. So, and I feel like the movies this year were much better than recent years past.
First of all, the Avatar, oh my gosh. I didn't like the first movie that much. It was just like, okay, this is a cool movie. But the second movie, I was like, first of all, the visual effects were insane.
Yep.
Insane. It's such a pretty movie. It's so pretty. And I feel like in the first Avatar, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a pretty movie. And for its time, it was like, those visual effects were crazy.
Right.
And then Avatar 2 just like outdid themselves in that part of the score sheet. Visual effects.
That's what I love about Avatar 2 is that, and in Avatar in general, is that it takes you literally into a different world when you're watching it. You are in Pandora when you're watching that movie. And the characters, they added depth to all the characters in that movie. And I think that it was definitely...
It was funny, too.
Yeah, it was funny. It was definitely worth, like, the 10-year wait.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is I never thought that it was going to be that good.
Me either.
Because I was like, there's no way that they're going to outdo, like, the highest grossing movie of all time.
Right.
And then they did. So, and I get why...
They ate themselves up.
They did.
Period.
Right. A lot of people were annoyed at the underwater scenes, that it went on for way too long. But I just thought that it showed off the visual effects a lot.
It did. It looked cool, but I was like, she been underwater for a minute now.
Yeah.
What was it, like the little girl hiding under the lily pad for like 5 minutes? I was like, can she breathe?
Right. There was, those scenes were, like, questionable, but that was the only time where you questioned anything.
No, that little girl was making me mad.
Yeah.
That little girl, she made a lot of people mad. There was TikToks of people being, like, cussing the little girl out. Like, I don't even remember her name, but she was just really annoying. She's like, oh, I'm captured again. Like, yes, girl.
I know. Yes, you are. You are a child. Yes, you will get captured. But it was a really good movie. Go and watch it if you haven't.
Yeah, definitely go watch it.
But, the host of the Oscars was Jimmy Kimmel. And I don't know about you, but I find Jimmy Kimmel so unfunny.
Yeah, he gives me Facebook mom humor vibes. Like, I don't know.
No, listen. People are going to get mad at me about this, but Malala, okay, everybody knows who Malala is, right? Everybody knows. Well, in case you don't, she was the woman who was from Pakistan, and she got shot in the head by the Pakistan
oh my
Taliban
gosh, yes.
Because she was trying to educate women at
She has
her
a
house.
book, right?
Yeah, she has a lot of books, and she has a lot of documentaries. She was the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner that there was in history. So, but she's known for educating women because the Taliban actually outlawed women to be educated in any sort. So that's why she got shot. But she ended up escaping and she lived. And she was there at the Oscars because she directed a documentary called Stranger at the Gate that came out last year. Jimmy Kimmel came up to Malala and said, as the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner, do you think that Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? Because if you don't remember, there was a movie that came out last year called Don't Worry, Darling. And they were at I think it was the BAFTA Awards or something like that. And Harry Styles came over, and it looked like in a video that he spit on Chris Pine, and it became like this whole
I remember
controversy.
the video.
And Malala looked so uncomfortable, like, after that, and then her response was, I only speak for peace. And I just thought that was, like, so kind of disrespectful.
He was just trying to be funny.
Yeah, because it's like, how, like, you're gonna really, Malala's been through enough. Like, do you really have to ask her that? Like, you should have just been like, Malala's here tonight, let's give it up for Malala. Instead you gotta be like, do you think that Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? Like, it's not even funny, bro.
You know she don't even care either.
It's not even funny.
She doesn't even care.
Right. And besides that, in the opening sequence, Jimmy Kimmel was going through everybody and was like, if you want to attack me for my performance tonight, you're going to have to go through Michelle Yeoh first, which plays the main actress in Everything Everywhere All at Once. She's got, like, superpowers or whatever. Like,
she eats. She's amazing.
And you're going to have to
powerful woman.
Right. Pedro Pascal was there, who plays the Mandalorian and Joel in The Last of Us now.
Oh, yes, I love him.
And he was like, you're going to have to go through the Mandalorian to get to me. And then it shows, like, Pedro Pascal, and he's like, yeah, you know, smiling, I'm here.
Why did I forget that he played the Mandalorian?
Probably because
I watched The Last of Us, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, Pedro Pascal, like, he's in everything.
Right.
And then I just didn't connect the two for some reason. I don't know
I
why.
think because maybe the Mandalorian has the helmet on all the time.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That's why.
Probably.
I forgot about that.
But
That's definitely why.
So that's why Jimmy was like, oh, you're gonna have to go through the Mandalorian to get to me, and then it shows Pedro, and he's smiling, he's cheesing, and then he goes, you're gonna have to go through Spider-Man to get to me, and then it shows Andrew Garfield, and apparently, according to Andrew Garfield, the producer, like Jimmy Kimmel's producers, told him to do a web sling to the screen, and instead, he just did a cutting motion to his neck, like, don't show me on camera. He was like not into the bit at all. He was like, get me out of here. He looked in the camera and he smiled so awkwardly. It was
Wait,
like,
Jimmy Kimmel or?
No, Andrew Garfield did that when
Oh.
Jimmy Kimmel tried to call Andrew Garfield out to like do the spider symbol. And I'm like, you know, if Andrew Garfield doesn't like you, something's up. That's all I gotta say. And also, Tobey Maguire, the original Spider-Man, was in the audience too, and they cut it to Andrew Garfield.
Awkward.
So that was a little awkward. And then later in the show, Jimmy also brought a donkey on stage, and he was like, this is the donkey from the Banshees of Inisherin, which is one of like the movies that came out last year.
Did the donkey get an award?
Unfortunately no, but he got some heat for that because the donkey obviously wasn't the real donkey from the movie, and it was just like a random
Oh, it was
donkey.
a random donkey.
Yeah, and he brought it on stage in front of thousands of people, and the donkey was like trying to hide behind Jimmy, and it was so sad.
Not the donkey.
I mean, I'm probably looking into it too much, but like Jimmy, it wasn't even like the jokes he was making wasn't even funny, and some of the audience was into it, but a lot of them weren't, and it was just.
She's hating on Jimmy right now.
Obviously, he has not watched Jordan Peele's Nope because half of that is about like abusing animals in entertainment, and
Awkward.
that's all I gotta say. Also, he tried to make so many Will Smith, Chris Rock slap jokes, and it just was like the same joke over and over the whole time.
That stopped being funny like a month after it happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the only thing that's funny is
You're allowed to make one slapping joke at the Oscars the next year, and that's it.
right.
After that, it's like, what are you even trying to?
And it just kept going on.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, the next big thing that everybody's talking about is Kiwi Kwong, who won.
Okay, you ate that pronunciation up though. You ate that up.
Okay?
Yeah,
nice.
that was good.
Thanks. I really struggle. I struggled with it.
I'm terrible at pronouncing.
But he
Pronunciation.
won pronunciation.
Sorry.
It's okay. He won Best Supporting Actor in a movie for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He played Waymond, the husband of Evelyn, in the movie. And I loved his performance. I think he definitely deserved it looking at everybody.
You watched
else
the
in
movie,
there.
right?
Yeah, I watched
I
the
haven't
movie.
seen it yet. I still have to watch it.
It's good. We're going to get into it.
I know it's good because the edits are good.
Right.
Any show or movie, I only watch it based off of like the TikTok and Instagram edits. I'm like, if the edit gets me going, then I'm gonna watch the movie. So now I know I have to watch the movie because I have like 8 Everything Everywhere All at Once edits saved right now, and I still don't even know the plot of the movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I'm gonna share my opinions on Best Picture later, which it won Best Picture, Everything Everywhere All at Once, but Kiwi Kwong, he made a comeback. He was a child actor. He started in Indiana Jones. He had a main role in Indiana Jones and The Goonies. He was one of the kids in both those movies. And he was later in Encino Man with Brendan Fraser in 1991, which is funny because Brendan Fraser also just made a comeback. He was the whale in the movie The Whale, and he ended up winning Best Actor. I have opinions on that too, but one of the presenters was like, oh, it's funny, I never pictured the 2 people from Encino Man would be up for Oscars tonight. But anyway, I guess Kiwi Kwong, he was depressed, like he was a refugee. His speech was really great. It was one of like the best Oscar speeches in history, I think, because he talked about being a refugee, how he came to America on a boat, and he finally got child acting spots and these roles, and he thought for the longest time that it was just a one-hit wonder thing because he was never really cast in anything after that. And A24, right, that's the studio, A24, who made Everything Everywhere All at Once, remembered the directors, who I think they're called the Daniels because both their first names are Daniel, remembered this little kid in the Goonies and Indiana Jones and were like, where is he now?
Wait, so
And
did they go out and find him for their
they went
movie?
out and found him for the movie,
Oh,
and he
period.
won an Oscar. He put up a great performance, and he was like, the end of his speech was like, but now I'm here, I did it, look at me, Mom, and this is the American dream. Like, he made a
Aw.
comeback, and he is the most wholesome guy. Like, watch any
That's so sweet.
press conference clip that you can when they were doing the press tour for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He is the sweetest guy. And Jamie Lee Curtis won Best Supporting Actress.
Period. Why does she only have one Oscar?
That's what I was
That's
gonna say.
crazy.
And you know what's also crazy, to me at least, is that the majority of people online are mad at Jamie Lee Curtis, that Jamie Lee Curtis won the Oscar. Because
She should have been already had an Oscar in the first place. That's the crazy part, actually.
I'm so glad that you agree with me on this, because I was literally trying to fight for my life on Twitter the other day.
You know how
over
many
this.
times she was fighting for her life against Mikael Myers?
Right. Mikael.
Like, come on now. And every time she outdid herself. Every single time. She's a
Right.
queen. And she's just now getting an Oscar, not a Grammy. She's just now
She
getting
won a Grammy too.
I mean, as she should. But she's just now getting one Oscar, and she's
Right.
been playing so many important roles.
Right.
And everyone loves Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, how
Right.
can you not?
I mean, a lot of people are so mad at her because they thought, one, that Stephanie Chu, who played she was also in Everything Everywhere All at Once with Jamie Lee Curtis and everybody else, but she played the daughter. Everybody thought that
Oh,
she
yeah.
deserved it over Jamie, and another thing was everybody's upset that Angela Bassett didn't win.
First of all, Everything Everywhere All at Once has seven Oscars, right?
Yeah.
They
yeah.
can't give all the Oscars to the same movie. Like,
We're gonna get into
that's
it.
too much. They're doing too much.
Yeah,
with
they
that.
did way too much. But here's the thing: Angela Bassett put up a great performance in Wakanda Forever, but so a lot of people are very offended and thought it was racist that they didn't pick Angela Bassett. And I'm not saying that Angela Bassett didn't deserve an Oscar, because putting all this aside, Jamie Lee Curtis and Everything Everywhere All at Once, that was not her best role. Like, she has played
No.
1,000 roles that were better than that, but guess what? She never won an Oscar before. No, and I wrote down some of the movies that she was in that she was nominated for, and she didn't
list
get.
List them.
All the Halloween movies,
Mm-hmm.
Knives Out, the first one, Freaky Friday,
Freaky Friday.
yeah, Trading Places, Scream Queens, True Lies, My Girl, A Fish Called Wanda, Blue Steel, The Heidi Chronicles. And that's just the movies that she was nominated for.
I was gonna say, I was like, my favorite performance from her is definitely Scream Queens.
Mhm.
I just like her character
Yeah.
in that show.
And
But
I'm not saying that the Academy, if you're mad about this, blame the Academy and not JLC, because JLC's my girl. But anyway, if you like horror movies, you have to thank Jamie Lee Curtis.
no, for real.
She was the first final girl in any horror
yeah,
movie.
she's like
slasher
the
movie.
main face of horror movies, I feel like.
Yeah, and horror movies get outright disrespected by the Academy every single year. They never put any horror movies up for any awards. So yeah, JLC, she's a queen, and she definitely deserved the Oscar, in my opinion. And Stephanie, if you're mad about Stephanie not getting it, Stephanie's very young, and
She can try again. I was gonna say, she can try again.
Right. She already has Marvel roles lined up. She has so many roles lined up for herself.
Especially after Everything Everywhere All at Once, she's gonna be in mad movies. Like, everyone's gonna be trying to get her on their movie. Like, be for
Exactly.
real. She's gonna get an Oscar at some point, if she really deserves one.
And Angela Bassett's been around for a while too, and obviously her performance was tear-jerking, but I just don't know. She's gonna have more opportunities too, and everybody knows Angela Bassett. In my opinion, the Academy has bias in a lot of ways, and they're gonna have bias for Angela Bassett one day when she's nominated again, and they're gonna remember that everybody was upset, and they're gonna give it to Angela Bassett. So I guarantee you that everybody on that list will get an Oscar at one point, and it's better that Jamie Lee Curtis got it now, after all the roles that she's done, and she's in her 70s now.
Yeah, it's a little late. That's all I gotta say about that.
And going back to Avatar only won one Oscar for best effects, and this is what really pissed me off is that they played off the Avatar crew during their speech. They did not get to speak for 20 seconds. Meanwhile, the Daniels, which are the directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once, their names are Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. They let them speak for like 20 freaking minutes on all like 3 different awards that they got when they went up there for. And I thought that was ridiculous, because how are you gonna let this team that does like, it takes 13 years to make the special effects of this movie,
Mad
and
long.
you play them off in 20 seconds, and then you let these 2 directors up there speak for like 20 minutes. Like, anyway, Brendan Fraser made a comeback, which I mentioned earlier. He won Best Actor for playing the Whale. He was in a lot of movies in the 90s and the 2000s. He was the Mummy in the Mummy movies, Encino Man, George of the Jungle. I don't know if you ever watched George of the Jungle. But, yeah, he was in a lot of 90s movies. He stepped back from Hollywood after speaking about an assault that happened against him. Philip Burke, who was the former president and member of the Hollywood Press, actually, at the Golden Globes, groped and assaulted him in 2003. And so that's why he stepped back, and he was actually blacklisted from quite a few Hollywood organizations. But then, same thing happened pretty much, where the Whale director liked Brendan Fraser and said, I want Brendan Fraser for this role. So they casted him, he came back, he won Best Actor. Now, putting all that aside, he won a lot of other entertainment awards for The Whale before this. I think that was definitely, he should have stuck to that, is what I'm saying. Because I don't think he should have won an Oscar for the Whale performance. I watched The Whale. First of all, I didn't really enjoy the movie, if I'm being honest. And
I didn't watch that movie.
It's really about an obese guy.
I know what it's about, because
Yeah.
I saw something on, like, the makeup effects they had to do for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think them winning, like, what was it, Best Makeup?
Yeah, they won Best Makeup.
Yeah. I mean, I think that goes hand in hand. I think the makeup was pretty good.
Yeah.
They made him look big.
Yeah.
Really big.
Yeah. They basically made a whole bodysuit for him. But
It looked real, too.
in my opinion, now, I know there's
crazy.
a lot of buzz for Austin Butler. I'm not like an Austin Butler girl, but I definitely think that Austin Butler should have won Best Actor, because how do you play Elvis? Like, he had to study that role for over like 3 years. He had to get the accent down, which now he's kind of stuck with the accent a little bit. He had to choreograph one-to-one Elvis's performances. He had danced, sang, acted it out. He was also in a fat suit, by the way, at the end of the movie for Elvis's last performance when Elvis was sick.
Chunky.
And that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is Brendan Fraser doing different facial expressions does not overcome Austin Butler literally transforming into Elvis. Everywhere, Everything All at Once also won Best Editing, which, I'm not going to lie, Brayden, probably you could have edited that movie. I think Elvis should have also won that. The editing in that was amazing. RRR, which was the first Indian movie to win an Oscar, won this year. I love their performance. They performed Not To from the movie. That performance was awesome.
Some Indian movies are so interesting to watch, because I feel like they don't even be trying sometimes. But
They won best song in a movie, best original song in a movie. Not To is the song, and they performed it. But the composer M.M. Keeravani went up on stage with the lyricist and started singing a remix of the Carpenters song On Top of the World. And Richard Carpenter from the Carpenters surprised him backstage and started singing the song to him, because in the speech he basically said, I grew up listening to the Carpenters and the Carpenters inspired this, and then he put his own twist on the Carpenters song On Top of the World, and Richard Carpenter was literally backstage and started singing the song for him. So I thought that was cool. And also, first Indian movie to win an Oscar, like,
y'all better eat.
Right. Definitely look up Not To. The performance was awesome. All Quiet on the Western Front had like 3 Oscars. That movie was good. I like that. It was actually a German movie. It was a remake, pretty much, actually, of the original that came out in, like, 1930 or something? But, it was good. It was good. Best cinematography, best international movie, best set design, I believe, which is kind of crazy, because how did Avatar not win that as well? But anyway, Michelle Yeoh won Best Actress. Again, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think she deserved that. Navally is the best documentary. And that is about I think it's a Russian prisoner who was trying to, like, fight against the Russians. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm definitely going to watch that because I love the documentaries that are out. Guillermo del Toro won Best Animated Movie for Pinocchio, which is crazy because Puss in Boots was in there. What about Puss in Boots, man?
Did you see Puss in Boots?
Yes,
I didn't see that either.
I loved Puss in Boots. And that Marcel the Shell movie, which was another A24. A24 was all over the Oscars this year. All over. I don't know, but I haven't watched the Pinocchio movie, so I guess I can't diss it. The Whale, again, won Best Makeup, which we already talked about, which, I don't know, it was between that or Elvis, again. But, I don't know, did you have anything that you saw, maybe Oscar after party sort of thing?
Hunter Schafer's after party outfit was a sleigh.
Oh,
if you want to look that up on Twitter, she had a little feather piece going across her little titas.
Okay.
It was amazing. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, definitely go look at some of them fits, because them girls came through with the fits. I don't know about the guys, I don't care. They're just wearing tuxedos, I don't care.
Right. So anyway, we are going to go to my song of the week now.
Slay.
Which is, I would like to say, a classic. It's a classic. So we're going to be back in about 4 minutes. Don't go away because we have
Listen to our song.
Exactly. We have a powerful women segment coming up.
Don't forget about powerful women.
And Women's History
Y'all
Month.
know what month it is.
All right. Enjoy the song.
All right, y'all. So that was Jerie's song of the week.
That was PYT
Hope
by
you guys
Michael
like
Jackson.
that.
I love Michael Jackson.
She's a Michael Jackson baddie, so expect a lot of Michael Jackson from her. What month is it? Is it March?
It is March.
It's March. That means it's Women's History Month. Y'all already know what time it is. If you listen to the first two podcasts, you know what we're about to talk about. We gotta talk about women in power for Women's History Month. So, you want to do the honors of telling them who we're about to talk about real quick?
Sure. So we're going to talk about Brittany Johnson.
Brittany Johnson!
Yes. And in case you don't know who she is, which a lot of people
You gotta
don't
know who Brittany Johnson is, but I know a lot of people don't.
People on TikTok know, I would like to say.
Yeah.
She goes by Lovely Peaches because her username is Lovely Peaches Pop Singer 100, and she came up with a lot of viral clips.
She's very much like 2016, 2017, 2018 era, like that era of time. So
we're gonna just play a couple viral clips.
Yeah, we have a couple clips. If you know, you know. If you don't know, listen to these clips and you'll find out.
Yep.
Are you voting for Trump or Biden? The only time I vote for for the music awards is only for Nicki Minaj, but other than that, I ain't finna vote. Don't you take showers? Not once have I ever heard an actual good, reasonable reason for people to shower. Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap! Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap!
So that was her yelling about Nicki Minaj being the queen of rap.
And
I'm sure y'all have heard that one.
Yeah, and also how she's never heard a reasonable reason to shower.
Reasonable reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So in case you don't get it, she is insane.
She's pretty crazy.
She actually first blew up in 2018.
2018,
for posting a video of her being with an elderly man.
Oh,
Everybody
I
was
forgot about that video.
Yeah, it was crazy, and
she would like post videos of her laying in bed with like really old men, and then she would be like, I'm calling your wife and telling her about how we just like did all this stuff.
Yep.
Basically just outing these men and like saying crazy out of pocket stuff.
Yeah, she created almost like a cult following behind her account. A lot of people love her videos. Like, I don't know, she's really insane though, and she honestly is, you know, usually we defend these women that we talk about. I don't think we can defend her today.
We can't defend her anymore.
I mean, she's 21. She's 21 years of age, so she's young.
I don't know if it says it in the article we're sourcing from, but wasn't she homeless when she was like 17?
Yes, she was. Yes.
Okay, and that's when she started making videos, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So she's a self-made woman.
Yeah, she is. She lives in Louisiana, apparently now, which doesn't surprise me because the crazy stuff that happens in Louisiana.
Louisiana is crazy. I would never wish anyone to go there. Don't go there.
She started making songs that I think she just made on BandLab on her phone, so okay.
What about her favorite song? You So Bad.
And Baby I Want You So Bad.
Baby I Want You So Bad, yeah. She'll like go through little phases where she'll pick one song to dance to on TikTok, and she'll do that same dance for like 3 months straight.
Yep.
Like 100 videos of the same dance.
Oh yeah.
And the first original one was You So Bad, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so
I love
too.
that. I love that song. That song's on my Spotify playlist because of Peaches.
Because of Peaches?
Yeah.
She put you on.
She put me on.
Several of her accounts got banned now on social media, but she's back. She's back now.
She's always coming back. She was out for like a minute though. Like I feel like she was gone from like before COVID to after COVID she was on. She literally just came back like a month ago.
Yeah.
And the first video, I was scrolling through my TikTok For You page. I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, it's Peaches. It's a video of her, like, punching herself in the face.
Oh, my God.
She goes, oh, it's such a beautiful day. And she starts beating herself up.
Dude,
and it wasn't her recording herself. Like, she told someone to record this video for her in the public, like a random person.
I genuinely don't know. There's so much mystery around her still. We tried to do a deep dive research into Peaches, and we still couldn't find the things that we wanted to.
She's mysterious.
She is. And there was an era of TikTok as well where people actually wanted to get Peaches help. Like, people were really concerned about her. But apparently she's okay. She's also a K-pop stan, and you would know that if you follow her on any account. A K-pop stan.
Wait, let's not forget about when Lovely Peaches was having concerts at her house, and random people from TikTok were going over there.
She said, as a disclaimer in her concert poster, to come naked to the concert. And she apparently stripped down in the middle of the concert, which was
with
held...
minors.
Yeah, with minors there.
With minors.
And, yeah, she's been arrested multiple times, by the way.
She's wild.
She's been arrested multiple times, obviously.
Yeah, so you can't really support her.
Yeah.
When we say Peaches is a powerful woman, we don't say that supportingly.
Yeah, we say that
she holds a lot of power, but this girl is crazy. Like, don't get it twisted, okay?
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy the amount of people that don't know about her, and it makes me think, like, how many crazy people are actually out there like Peaches, and we just don't know.
We just don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So, but she actually has a daughter, and her...
Oh my God, Cora.
Yeah, Cora. And she posts about her sometimes. Apparently her daughter had gotten taken away from her.
Yeah.
And so her mom was watching the kid at some point, and there was rumors that she was abusing her and this and that, but apparently there
was there not a rumor that she killed
Cora? There was a rumor that she actually killed
the baby. I remember that because she had the baby sometimes in her videos, and then, like, no one saw the baby again, so people are like, oh, she killed it. But no, her mom had custody of the baby.
Yep. So that happened, and so I guess she still sees Cora sometimes.
Yeah.
So she just doesn't have custody of her.
Yeah.
She's had a lot of controversies, as we just discussed. She's had beef with Charli D'Amelio.
I was literally just about to say, what about when she was stalking Charli D'Amelio and harassing her?
Yes, in case you don't know who Charli D'Amelio is, she's like the biggest
TikToker.
Yeah. So that was an era of hers.
That was an era, yeah.
She also, which this is why I hate her, I think that if you abuse animals, you are the scum of the earth.
Oh yeah,
But
you gotta go.
Anyway, she did abuse her dog.
Yeah, not
And
it.
luckily the dog survived and got taken away from her. The vet took care of it, everything.
Good,
That's
because
confirmed.
no, we don't
She got arrested on animal cruelty, but of course she's out.
get down with that.
Exactly. So she's out now. So and she's out here making songs and posting K-pop edits. So,
As she should. We love a K-pop stan.
So she's still out there acting crazy.
Yeah.
That is lovely peaches
We'll
for
have
powerful
to see what
women.
happens next. Hopefully
Yes.
she doesn't end up in jail again.
If
but,
there's ever a lovely peaches update, we will definitely
we'll let
update
y'all
you.
know.
Mhm.
We'll be the first source you hear it from, if
Mhm.
not TikTok.
Right.
Yeah,
All right.
So there's a lot of powerful women. I wish I had like a powerful woman to like help me with my situation. Remember my situation from last week?
Oh, the speeding ticket.
The speeding tickets, yeah.
Well-
If y'all don't remember, I have like a few speeding tickets.
He's
really bad.
he might be in the midst of getting his license revoked.
Take
but
it away.
but we
Do
actually
you think you have someone that could like help me or?
Yeah, and I know that you know about her.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna even spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm
okay.
just gonna call her up right now, like
Okay.
live on
She
air.
can help me.
Yeah, she can help you.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna call her up like right now,
Yeah,
live on
anything
air.
helps. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Hello, who is this?
Hey Jude.
Hello.
Hi, Jury.
Hey Judy. Oh, we have an issue here.
Wait, is this Judge Judy? How do you have her? How do you have her number?
We go way back.
Oh, yeah, way back.
Like way back.
Oh.
Way back.
Okay.
So we have an issue.
Just a little issue. This may be my like fifth like speeding ticket.
Wait, what speed were you going?
I was going 93.
And what was the speed limit?
It may have been a 55.
May have, or was it a 55?
Yes, Your Honor, it was a 55.
So you were speeding, so you are guilty.
Well, I didn't even know I was speeding, really. I was really trying to breathe. I was dying and fighting for my life.
This is absurdly ridiculous.
I literally couldn't even, like, see the speedometer, like...
No, he was actually dying,
Right,
Judy.
like-
Did I ask for your input, Jury, and it's Your Honor, not Judy.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I don't care if your leg was falling off or if your grandmother was dying. There is no reason to be speeding in a 55.
What? Are you really gonna bring up my grandma like that? What is wrong with you?
I need order. You want to call me on my day off? This is completely out of pocket. I think your license should be revoked
Whoa.
immediately.
Okay,
I have
come
never
on
in
now.
my life
All
seen
right,
someone
okay,
so
Judy.
incompetent.
You're doing too much.
Stop it with that attitude of yours.
Goodbye.
That was not helpful.
That was. I'm really sorry. I thought that she would help you. I'm
No,
really
that's
sorry.
like not okay, because she really just aired me out live like that. Like,
I mean, we ended it though, so like.
like yeah, if it wasn't for me hitting the hang up button, then we would have literally, like, she would have just aired me out.
I'm really sorry. I didn't know that was gonna
Whatever.
happen.
I just thought you were getting me help with my ticket.
That's
I don't know what
thought
to
I
do
was
now.
doing. That's what I thought I was doing. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
it's whatever.
But
She was rude.
yeah, I'm
Why
really
would you
sorry.
call her on her day off like that?
I didn't know.
She was not having that at all.
I guess should we just do a deep dive into my friend Judith?
Yeah. I didn't know you were friends with her like that.
I mean, yeah, we
She
go
said y'all went way
back. Way back. We
She
go
said
way back.
way back.
Way back.
Okay, Judy.
So, Judith Susan Schindlin is her full name. Isn't that kind of crazy?
That's really crazy.
That's a real crazy name. But she is now 80 years old.
No, she's not.
She's 80 years old.
She's decrepit.
Dude.
Girl.
Dude,
I didn't know she was old like that.
isn't that kind of crazy to think about? Like,
Yes.
Judy is 80 years old.
No wonder why we can't be calling an 80-year-old on her day off.
Right. So she was an attorney from 1965 to 1982, and then she moved on, and she was a judge 1982 to 1996. And she was oh my lord, a television personality from 1996 to the president. So basically,
To the president?
to the president.
Is that what you just said?
I think I just said that. But okay, Judge Judy was on the air 1996 to 2021.
96 to 2021?
Yeah, man, that's that SpongeBob numbers right there.
That's wild.
That's SpongeBob
That's
numbers.
wild right there.
Yeah.
And even when she was... That makes sense that she's so decrepit, because even, like, the old episodes, she still looks old.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever, like, seen...
I've never seen a young...
I've never seen a young Judith before.
No.
Never. And another thing is that she moved on to a streaming service. I'm unsure what streaming service
Because
it's
she doesn't
on.
have her show anymore, right?
Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly why it got canceled, or maybe now what I read from this article is Judy Justice is the new show, and it's basically the same thing, but they said that they're trying to target Gen Z, which I find really interesting.
Is that why I keep seeing clips of, like, younger kids?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, she needs to chill with these younger kids, because she be going in on them, too.
Yeah, I don't know. She's, with all respect to Judge Judy, like, she's an icon.
No, of course.
But she's a little bit rude.
She's rude.
She's rude.
For sure.
Yeah, and...
Which, I understand she's a judge, so she has to be stern, but I feel like sometimes she's just out of pocket and being extra for the camera.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
She broke a Guinness World Record for having the longest serving television courtroom themed show. That's what it says. So I guess
she was the blueprint.
She was the blueprint, basically.
Okay.
She was born in Brooklyn.
Okay, Queen. She's a New Yorker.
She's a New Yorker like us.
See, we only be bringing New Yorkers on.
Only New Yorkers.
You're not
here.
from New York unless you talk to Judge Judy.
Exactly. She studied at the New York Law School. That is the most generic name I've ever heard.
That's giving creativity right there.
And earning her Juris Doctor degree in 1965. So I already said how her career went. She was an attorney and then moved on to a judge. But she got started in entertainment when she was featured on a segment on 60 Minutes that brought her national recognition. I guess she got it because she wrote this book about... It's called Don't Pee on My Leg.
Okay.
Judge Judy.
All right.
Judith wrote a book called Don't Pee on My Leg.
And that's what she got recognized for, was Don't Pee on My Leg?
Well, basically 60 Minutes showed segments of her in the court, right?
Mm-hmm.
And got famous from that, pretty much. That gained recognition. And they were also promoting her book, Don't Pee on My Leg, on that. And after that, which I believe it was 1993 that she was on 60 Minutes, which gained her fame. So 1996, Judge Judy started. It was on the air.
Okay.
So it took her 3 years.
So we went from Don't Pee on My Leg to
Judge Judy.
What is the new one? Judy.
Oh, Judy Justice.
Judy Justice.
That sounds like a superhero name.
That sounds like Juicy. I don't know.
Juicy Justice.
That sounds like another type of name to me.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm getting?
Yeah, I'm getting it. It's either that's like a children's superhero comic book, or
your alter ego.
Yeah, right.
Judy Justice.
Also, Bailiff Bird was on all the episodes. Do you remember him?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I forgot about him until you said his name just now. But
No, until I was like doing a deep dive again, I was like, oh my god, I remember that like vividly now.
He's in every single episode, for real.
That's what it says.
Interesting.
And I don't know if
What if they have a little love affair going on there?
Oh my god.
Why has he stayed there for so long?
Dude,
I feel like Judge Judy can't stand anyone.
No, for real.
He had to be supplying some goods for him to be staying on the show for that long.
I don't know about that, Judith. She occasionally lost best ratings to Oprah Winfrey.
Girl,
oh,
I can't even tell you when I've ever watched an Oprah episode.
That's
but I can tell you when I've seen a Judge Judy episode. I used to come home from school, elementary school, turn the TV on, Judge Judy. I used to be watching. Isn't that crazy? We were like 8 years old watching Judge Judy, like we even knew anything about the law.
No, for real. And in 2003. She was featured in 200 Greatest Pop Culture Icons list. So...
Okay, pop culture...
She is an icon.
She really is an icon. More than Peaches.
She has a Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame.
That doesn't surprise me. I feel like that's a given.
I feel like Oprah was like, at one point in time, Oprah was like the biggest thing. Like, everybody talks about Oprah. Like, the
Oprah's
generation
just not
before
part
us,
of
man.
my childhood. Like,
No.
I don't know.
No, she isn't in mine either.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought you were saying. Okay, I get what you're saying.
I'm saying that
She was a thing
Oprah-
before us.
Yes.
Okay.
Oprah was like the biggest thing. So the fact that Judge Judy was competing with Oprah, like Judge
That
Judy's
says
a,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Judy's a big deal. And now that she has her new show, Judy Justice, the alter ego name, it premiered on November 1st of 2021. I remember because I remember it was like Judge Judy is ending after 25 seasons. I was like, what? And there's like, but it will
Not
continue.
25 seasons.
Apparently
oh my
it's
gosh.
on Freevee, Amazon Prime, and IMDb.
See, no, she needs to get a Hulu or
Yeah.
a Netflix contract.
Exactly.
Or else I'm not watching it.
It literally says
Or else I'm gonna
You're gonna-
watch her illegally on 1-2-3 movies.
that's what I'm saying. No, it's obviously not against the law.
No.
We're not
I
incriminating
didn't-
ourselves. No.
Out
No.
myself like that.
No, that's not what happened.
That was a joke.
That was a joke. We never do that here. It literally says that the court show has been characterized as a hip rendition of Judge Judy, featuring Gen Z input from Shinlin's young adult granddaughter. So, yeah, it is made for Gen Z, and that's why a lot of those
Wait,
young kids.
so
came
her
on.
granddaughter is in the show.
Her granddaughter is like a producer or something.
Oh, so her granddaughter's like grandma.
Yeah, she's like
no, you can't say that, grandma. You have to
yes.
say this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a more Gen Z version of
Okay.
Judge Judy, and I think
They're trying to connect with the new generation.
okay. Here it says Bailiff Bird isn't even in Judy Justice.
They must have broke up.
Dude, I don't know. It says Kevin Rasco.
They broke up.
Kevin Rasco is the new bailiff. That's so sad.
No.
Not Bailiff Bird.
I don't know why that actually makes me upset like that. Though.
I know. That's really crazy. But anyway, I think that that's kind of a good idea in a way to move to streaming. Because I don't know about you, but like
nobody. Is
Is
anyone watching TV anymore? I feel like
right, cable TV is dying.
it's not really a thing anymore. If
And-
you pay for cable, you're wasting your money for real.
Right. Like, the only reason why I have any TV is because
For sports.
of, sports. That's the only reason why. And if it wasn't for sports, cable TV would have been gone by now.
Yeah.
So, it's a good idea that to move to streaming, because especially if she's trying to appeal to Gen Z. Then
I'm surprised there's not a sports platform yet. Like,
Well,
just for all sports.
There's, not for
Other
all
than,
sports.
like-
There's ESPN Plus, but
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna
like
say.
only stuff that ESPN has rights
shows.
to.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, all sports. Like,
Yeah.
someone needs to get on that.
Dude, that would be the most expensive.
They'd make so much money, though.
They would. And
Even if they put it at, like, a lower price. Isn't Netflix, like, $12 a month now?
something like that, yeah.
It used to literally be, like, $6.
Dude, and the fact that Netflix like cancels all their good shows and
Yeah.
like takes all the good movies off. I'm frustrated with Netflix.
I only watch Netflix because I'm on my dad's subscription still.
Yeah, that's the thing. They also said they were gonna like do something with password sharing.
Oh, yeah, they're going to make it so you can only have one account per person.
Well, that's gonna be a mistake because literally
Everyone's going to leave.
Yeah, everybody's
Like,
leaving.
be for real.
So, I don't know. Netflix, you took Blockbuster out, now you're going to take yourself
You're taking
out.
yourself out. You're being
Mhm.
stingy.
Exactly. In April 22,
And putting up some shows like Ginny and Georgia
oh, I know.
with that, corny, no.
And the fact that they keep that show going, they keep Riverdale going for like 12 seasons, which is the most corny show I've ever seen.
Riverdale is the most terrible, gut-wrenching show. You cannot sit me down in a chair and force me to watch it. I will take myself out. I refuse.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched the first season, it was okay. The second season, they out here with superpowers. I'm like, what? How did we
No.
get from normal high school teenage girls trying to figure out a mystery, and now we out here and having cults and superpowers? Like, no.
Riverdale, most corny show I've ever seen. And they took Daredevil off. They canceled all the Defenders, like the
They
Marvel.
took that 70s show off?
They took.
Be for real.
They're ending Stranger Things after the next season, which might be a good idea if they want to end the show.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be spin-offs probably. But
Yeah, there's
Cobra Kai, I'm so mad that Cobra Kai is ending. I am
They're not getting
so mad.
What? They're not getting a third season, right?
No, they're
Or the fourth
on,
season.
They're gonna get their 5th season.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's ending at 5. But there's so many things.
I
Like,
must be a season behind then.
dude, the last season that came out, season 4.
I am a season behind. Oh my gosh, I can watch that now. Now I know what I'm watching next.
Brandon, please watch it and we can review it because
Yes, let's review it.
Because season 4 was my favorite season of Cobra Kai so far. It just got better and better. If you love the original Karate Kid trilogy, you will love.
I used to be obsessed with that.
Me too. I
Did
have
you,
it
did
all
you
on
do
DVD.
karate because of it?
No, I asked my dad to sign me up for karate and he never did because he said it was too expensive.
I don't remember if mine was expensive or not, but I did it for like a year after.
Dude, Karate Kid is endless. It travels through generations.
I love Karate Kid. They have Karate Kid in Fortnite now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote us on that. They actually don't, but they do.
They do. They have.
Oh, they actually do?
They do.
Oh, I was trying to make a joke.
No, they do. That's the thing.
I'm
Fortnite
actually
has
being
everything.
for real, guys.
But definitely watch Cobra Kai season 4. It just gets better. Sure, there's some corny lines, but it's a great show. Anyway, Netflix, you're going down
You're
unless
canceled.
you get Judy Justice.
Unless you put some good stuff on there for once.
Let me tell
actually.
you, Judy Justice set a record for the number of streaming hours viewed on IMDb, and it was granted a second season, which premiered on November 7th, 2022, and it won an Emmy. It won an Emmy award, but here's the thing. The viewership of Judge Judy reruns was found to vastly outperform that of Judy Justice's first season.
Oh, no.
So even though it still had crazy success, everybody's going back to
Yeah.
Judge Judy, being like, this...
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair...
I kind of want to watch it when I get home now.
Exactly. I think Judge Judy is timeless, and she is an
I
icon.
love Judge Judy. She's never going to disappear.
Mm-hmm. So, with that being said... Would you like to introduce your song of the week?
My song of the week, yeah, we're gonna play some Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat, of course. Just 'cause it's Friday, you know, we need some good vibes up in here. Yeah, listen. And that was some 2020 throwback for y'all, if you remember, that was the 2020 era. And with that being said, that is the end of our show today.
Thank you for listening to
Thank you so
Afternoon Delight.
much. We hope it was delightful.
Now, the new question of the week poll will be up on Instagram.
Yep.
The Instagram story.
Don't forget to vote.
Don't forget to vote. Vote. Your voice matters.
Your voice matters here, okay?
And if you want to listen to this again, the reruns, like Judge Judy.
Monday through Thursday.
Monday through... Monday through
Yeah.
Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. And we will
Period.
be live again next Friday, 1 to 2.
Don't forget to listen. Bye.